listening to Your Money, Your Business, the podcast with me, Debbie Colburn. I'm a small business expert and a former professional accountant turned money mindset guide. And I am obsessed with helping you achieve all those things you've dreamed of and thought were out of your reach, with helping you figure this money stuff out. My goal on this podcast is to help you break the cycle of feast or famine with your cash flow and to help you grow your wealth and sustain it over the long term. We dive deep, we get real, and we get raw, discovering and exploring what is really possible for you and letting go of all those things that are holding you back. If you've ever thought it's not enough looking at your bank balance, or think, I'll never get that paid off, when you open up the credit card statement, maybe you're sick and tired of constantly being worried, of just getting by, and you know you're missing out on key opportunities again and again, or maybe you're done with the constant arguments over money, then this is absolutely the right place. We'll bring you a whole new way to look at money, profit, cash, wealth, tackle the challenges, share the ideas, the tips and the tactics and the strategies, and get you connected to the right resources. Think of this as your weekly prescription of money mastery development and leave the hard work up to me. No matter what's going on in your life right now, I've got your back. Ready? Buckle up, take a deep breath, and join me in a conversation about breakthrough to the next level. Welcome to episode 108, and we are coming back with a whole new look, a renewed focus on our mission, and tons of value, and some more powerful interviews. So let's dive right into why we decided to take a break, a 6-month break, and come back in that whole new way. Now, throughout the first 100 or so episodes, I focused on sharing as many lessons and stories around what I had learned as a result of my big mistake, of how I was brought up, and as the episodes progressed, I felt a really big friggin' nudge, almost like a bulldozer, a thing pulling me towards a need to go deeper into the money stories and into the business side. See, one of the things that's really apparent to me is that what you do in your early career years almost always emerges years later and powers up a second act. An act that is similar, yet radically different in feel, in approach, and even in beliefs and thinking. And everything that comes in between is the accompaniments, the spices in the meal. It's like decades of eating just the amuse-bouches and never actually touching the main course. Why does this happen? For so many of us, we need to wait for the world to be ready for us. It needs to evolve. It needs to go through fundamental shifts like the Industrial Revolution or the Information Age, so that it's ready for people to hear us, so people can hear us and not all think we've totally lost our minds, because we're missing a key ingredient that we won't find unless we live life in the meantime. Maybe you recall the power suits, the big shoulders, the harsh looks, the era of women trying to slam their way into the boardrooms to get heard. My entire corporate life was in the old boys club. And one of my biggest motivations for this rebrand is what I'm seeing and hearing in the world today in January 2023. The things that feel wrong to me. The things that when I look at them, I think, why does this bother me so much? And yet when I look around, it doesn't seem to bother others around me. The things that I believe with all my heart are hurting people. Well-known names, fear-mongering, doomsday predictions, recession, lose everything, markets plunging all around you. The finger-pointing and the blame on systems, institutions, individuals. And those in the middle class losing hope financially, panicking, an incredible level of hopelessness. Those who are struggling, giving up hope of ever getting ahead. And in all of that, I saw a crack, a glimmer of light poking its head through the rock wall. More people were starting to talk about money in a new way, a softer way, a way that was accessible to everyone, no matter where they live or how they grew up, and a way that didn't need hundreds of thousands or millions to get started, or connections, or being an accredited investor, or making over $365,000 a year. It was a way that people could change the direction of their lives simply through learning and then applying what they learned. When I looked at businesses that survived through the pandemic, it was clear that most had a strong foundation in all areas. And we'll be diving into what that actually looks like and what's behind the thinking of those owners. It became more obvious to me that people were having more struggles with cash flow than ever. And that the idea that you pay yourself properly from your own business and having a profit were almost like foreign concepts in small business. And don't get hung up on small business. Small business goes right up to the $50 million revenue a year range. During the workshops and talks that we did over the past couple of years, we found that people knew something was wrong with their money. Like they were standing right on the edge of a breakthrough, but they had no clue as to where to turn or why, or even that it had become a pattern. They had no idea who they should talk to. They literally didn't have the words to describe the problem. The phrase most often used was, "I'm smart. Why can't I just figure this money thing out?" I bet you've been there too. And maybe that's where you're stuck today, or someone in your family or a friend is. As I did up the outline for this episode, there were a few key things I felt you needed to hear from me here early on. First of all, why should you spend your valuable time listening to this podcast? There's millions of them out there. Over the pandemic, everybody and their aunt started a podcast. But most have dropped off. If you want to improve your relationship with your money, either personally or in your business or both, we'll be tackling that head on. And if you want to take that big step in reducing the stress in your life, your money worry, and in your relationships, and if you desire a happier, healthier, and longer life, a longer life free of money worries, my goal for the podcast is to help you build, grow, and strengthen the project or the business that you are passionate about. And we'll be sharing and navigating and exploring the 4 cornerstones and all the nuances of the combination of personal and business, of relationships, family, friends, and business, of foundations, all about stretching and growing. We'll be exploring possibilities that some of you have never even considered. And we're going to embrace the mundane, because that is one of the keys. And we'll be talking about next levels, about growth, how to do it, why you would do it, connecting you to people. This podcast will be taking you on a personal journey. We'll be imbuing lessons all the way along, helping and guiding you as you set and reach milestones. Discovering with you things like how to get and stay in joy, be intentional, be satisfied, what you want versus what you don't want. Key questions. Defining what rich means to you, what wealth means to you, what success means to you, what balance and harmony mean to you, just to you. And the individualness of that. connecting you with people that really get you, that can support you 100% rather than shut you down faster than they swat a mosquito in the realm of small business and your life, your personal life. Initiating you into inspired action, real work that feels good with ease. No more hard work or efforting or grinding, unless you're inspired to do that, motivated to do that. Being curious, embracing adventure, having unexpected rendezvous. I'm so totally stoked at where you'll be at the end of 2023. This is our time. This path is unlike any you've been on before. It's something that I wish I'd found years ago, yet I know that life up to now is what I needed to find this path. Remember, old Debbie was a former professional accountant and business owner with no flexibility, that thrived in rules, that was solely a linear thinker, confident, fueled, always trying to jam a square peg in a round hole. Today, a softer version exists, and as it can for you, with simple tweaks to your habits, decision-making, thinking, beliefs. This podcast is for men and for women, for all human beings, regardless of how they identify. If you find yourself obsessively thinking that your retirement plans are about to go up in smoke, you'll be able to feel your way to making small changes that change that, listening to your inner guidance. When you find yourself doubting yourself and your abilities, when imposter syndrome sneaks up on you and threatens to hold you captive, not moving forward, you'll be able to reach inside for the feeling that you matter for real, that your business matters, that you have value more than you can even imagine. When you have those inevitable moments where it feels like everything sucks, or that nothing is working, or that you've tried everything, you'll be able to use some new and different tools and tactics to get you back to feeling good and in control of you so that you can create powerfully. And along this path, you'll see that you're not just growing your money and your wealth. You're not just building the business or side hustle you've always dreamed of. You're not just curating the relationships that make your heart sing. You are building the life that everyone on Instagram and TikTok is dreaming of. A life that is free of regret, guilt, shame, self-punishment, or wishing. A life that is free of money worries. So, we're here. We're at the end, and for the first time ever, I am not going to be asking you a question at the end. I just want you to consider what I've shared in this episode. So we will see you next week. I am pumped, like I say, be over the moon with all of the things that we have got in store for you over the next 46 odd weeks. So this podcast got you thinking you'd like to go a bit deeper on this with me. You want to figure your money thing out? I have got so much more to share with you and to give you. And you're really ready to toss the shroud of money worries into the trash forever, to stand taller and more confidently in every decision and manifest the most profitable and successful year of your life, which means worry-free abundance in life and in business and so much more. Make sure to sign up for my free 4-week course where we're taking a deeper dive into how to transform that money situation in your bank accounts that's keeping you up at night. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. All you have to do is just pop over to the link, bit.ly/boost-money-EQ. And invite a friend to go through with you, even family, or maybe coworkers or employees. It's a great way to get a money conversation going. And the more people in your community who are shaking up the scarcity mindset, the more our families and our communities will thrive. Don't be shy or embarrassed. Pass the link on to as many people as you can, because stats show that we never know what's happening in people's lives, especially when it comes to money. I cannot wait to see you inside. And yep, regardless if you sign up for TBN or not, this course is absolutely free. No strings attached. So much value handpicked for you inside it. You're for sure going to experience a transformation in a very short time. Come on, join us and have some fun. bit.ly, bit.ly/boost-money-EQ. Super excited, and I will see you there.